Hey team, this is Greg. I just want to explain to you a little more in detail about what Chris Reed was talking about with the coach placement. Okay, I'm going to start off simple with placement for any new coaches that are new to this. Okay, so basically I'm going to whiteboard it out here for you. So you can see basically you at the top of your tree, right? If you go into the coach line online office, the graphical genealogy, you'll see something, something like this. Maybe you'll just have a dotted blue guy and a dotted red guy. Now the dotted red guy is your preferred placement. So when you sign a coach, that's where it will go. Now you have a strong side and you have a weak side. Now, depending upon which side of your coach that your coach has placed you on will determine your strong side. And your strong side can switch. If you recruit a superstar, that could become your strong side. But typically, the side that your coach places you on, you'll have other coaches above you, which will also be placing coaches on that side. So that's typically will remain your strong side, okay? So, typically what you want to do is you want to build in a straight line. If you're a new coach, you want to place coaches, we always say deep and wide, right? So far down the tree as possible. You'll have little dotted blue guys over here, but they're really not for you to place coaches in, right? So you're going to continue building in a straight line down this tree like this, right? Now, what Chris was saying is, the best scenario is, if you have two coaches that you control. That way, you can control both legs, okay? So, typically we recommend signing up your spouse, and I recommend putting your spouse on your weak leg, okay? That's also called your inside leg, okay? Now, if you have another control coach, another person that you can sign up, because Beachbody, what Chris was saying is Beachbody allows you plus two on the same credit card, right? You can control two coaches, okay? So let's say that's your mom or your dad, or if you have an 18-year-old son or daughter, doesn't matter. If there's somebody that you can sign up, in addition to your spouse, place them on your strong side. Okay. Now, there's a form that you can fill out in the coach online office so that you can control these coach accounts. You can call up coach relations and you can speak on their behalf. You are the admin of those accounts. Okay. So, if you have a spouse signed up already, there's a form that you can contact coach relations and you can fill out so that you can call on behalf of your spouse. And if you get a control coach, same thing, okay? Now, so it's you plus two, right? So you will control this person and this person, okay? One on each side. So, you may have this is a non-PS coach, non-personally sponsored coach. That's placed there from your upline, okay? But, if you're placing another coach, typically they would go down here, right? Now, obviously to get to Ruby, to get to Diamond, you have to have 6 coaches to get to Ruby and 8 coaches, 4 on each side to get to Diamond. But you also need an Emerald on each side, right? And to get to Emerald, that means that you have to have 2 coaches, 1 on each leg. So if you control your spouse, here, let me get a different color here. You could sign up coaches and place them under your spouse. Okay, so let's say spouse is blue. So, if you have somebody that you want to place under your spouse, it goes, this is your spouse's coach, goes down here. And then we do one on the inside. So this is your spouse's coach, right? So now they become an Emerald coach, right? Now, you could do the same thing over here. If this is your control coach, you can place a coach here, and he's going to be red, and another coach here. And now he goes Emerald. And see, that makes you Diamond, right? So 2 control coaches. Now, if you want, the next step is once you become a diamond and now you're a strong diamond because you control both of these control coaches. You're not dependent upon, anybody else, quitting, leaving the business, not staying active, not, getting their Shakeology. It's up to you, because you're placing coaches and you're controlling your own destiny. So this is the best of both worlds if you can do it. And, you don't have to keep your spouse and your control coach on Shakeology, because they only need 50 PV. So they could stay active by placing a customer under them that's drinking Shakeology. I'll sometimes move HD customers under my wife to keep her active. Or you can just, buy, 50 PV worth of stuff. Like if you need Energize or Recovery or maybe a workout program, you can, always buy that under your spouse or your control coach or whatever. So just to let you know, that would keep them active. Now, the more advanced stuff is, once you get to Diamond, you can build these guys to diamond, okay? So that would make you a 2-star diamond. Now, once you become a 2-star, now this is, new coaches, if you're getting lost, don't worry about it. You can kind of tune out at this point. But, for those more advanced people, once you become 2-star, you get to open up your second business center, okay? Now, a second business center, if you're not familiar with it, is essentially you're cloning yourself. You're creating another, in my case, another Greg Armfield. I have 3 business centers already, not counting my wife. So my wife's is my 4th business center, okay? Now, so let's say you build your spouse to diamond, you build your control coach to diamond, now you're 2-star. Now you get to open up your second business center. So where do you place your second business center? You place it on the inside leg of your spouse. So, I made that too small, but second CBC, okay? So your second CBC goes on the inside leg, your weak leg, of your spouse's weak leg, okay? So this is on your weak leg, and it's also on your spouse's weak leg. So now, all the coaches that you place under here in building your second business center, all that volume rolls up to your spouse. You're building her weak leg, so she's going to cycle more, he's going to cycle more. And then that volume rolls up to you, and you're going to cycle more on it. And basically, it's like getting paid. You're cycling 3 times on the same amount of money, right? And you're building the weak side volume for both you and your spouse. So that's why we say spouse always on the weak leg, because other coaches are building your strong leg for you, okay? Now, another advanced strategy, okay? This is for you diamonds and above. Now, if once you get to 2-star and you want to start working on 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, okay? So you want to continue placing coaches in your primary business center, right? But you, at the same time, you want to continue to build the weak leg of your control coaches, right? So if I want to place a coach on the right at this point, I don't have to do far bottom right. I could go till I find my loved one, my control coach, and then cut in and place my coach, my first CBC coach, right here, okay? So now if this person goes diamond, I'm going to go to the next level, right? The next rank. But I'm also at the same time building the weak side volume of my control coach. Does that make sense? Same thing with your spouse. And let's say you have your second business center. So for me, like if I want to place a coach on my right side here, I would do it on the inside leg of my spouse, but then I would also do it on the inside leg, the weak side of my second business center. So I would place it right here, right there, okay? So now, if he goes diamond, that causes me to rank advanced, but at the same time, I'm building weak side volume for my second business center, my spouse's business center, and my primary business center. So does that make sense? So that's how you maximize volume. That's how you make the most money in this business. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. I hope I didn't lose anybody.